Batting 7th, playing right field, number 6, Lauren Hilborn. Batting 8th, playing second base, number 5, Carson Powell. Rounding out the order at designated player, number 12, Alex Watkins. In the circle for the Braves, number 13, Mallory Leviner.
Now we get things started for Game 2 of today's doubleheader after Queens secured a 5-0 victory over UNC Pembroke in the first game. We'll see if the Braves can respond by splitting today's doubleheader. Starting for UNCP in the circle is Mallory Leviner, really the ace of this UNCP pitching staff as she heads out for her 5th start of the season, a 4.33 ERA, record of 2-1, and she's backed up in the fields. We'll start off with the batting order. Randy Wetherington leads things off at center. Mary Sells batting second at shortstop. Jordan Adcox behind home plate in the 3 spot. Tatum Brummett bats cleanup at first. Emily Biddle in left, batting 5th. Kayla Norton 6 at 3rd. Lauren Hilburn 7th and right. Carson Powell plays second, batting 8th, and Alex Watkins making her 2020 debut. Bats 9th as the designated player. So the exact same lineup for UNCP with the exception of the 9 spot. It's Watkins in as the DP instead of Connor Brissett. Jerlia Patton will lead things off once again for Queens. It's Patton in left, Kelly Winter at first base batting second, Mackenzie Cullen in the 3 spot, and right, Kayla Smith, after a big-time debut in her first game, bats 4th at short. Jordan Hunt catching 5th, Grace Valker 6th, as that ball is fouled away. 0-2, the designated player. 7th, Adriana Wilson in center fields. Grace Wesley bats 8th and plays second. And rounding out the Queens batting order at third base is Brianna Martinez. Patton went 1 for 3 at a bunt single and drew a walk as Leviner starts off game 2 with a 3-pitch strikeout.
Now batting number 2, Kelly Winter.
Well, about the best start you could ask for if you're the Braves. Brings up Kelly Winter. 1 for 4 in the first game. Had a solo home run in the top of the 7th. Her and Mackenzie McCullen, who's on deck, went back-to-back in the top of the 7th to extend the Queens' lead from 3-0 entering that half inning to 5-0. Breaking ball drops in 1-1. Leviner, the 6-foot senior out of Whiteville, North Carolina, making her 5th start of the season. Now 26 strikeouts in the season to just 10 walks. Just misses down and in 3-1. The first game, it was the home run ball that propelled Queens to victory. 4 homers for the visiting Royals, as they shut out UNCP 5-0, and Winter reaches via walk.
Now batting number 16, Mackenzie McCullen.
Brings up Mackenzie McCullen. And that aforementioned ladder home run in the back-to-back, the top of the 7th. And she watches the strike to start off the at-bat. The Braves found themselves in an early hole, 2-0 after the top half of the first. Kind of put some pressure on them, and they just weren't able to get the bats moving. As the 0-1 is fanned on 0-2. 0-2 count, one away. A runner on first as Winter sends to the bag after reaching via walk. Here's the 0-2. Tails away 1-2.
Finish her.
Fifth start this season for Leviner. Had 24 last year, and a breaking ball falls in there for strike 3. Second K, the first for the senior.
Now batting number 10, Kayla Smith.
Shark Harkness behind home plate for the second game with Benny McMurray in the field. That one chopped to short at a diving effort. Ricochets off the glove of Sells. That should be scored as a single, and it is. First and second after the base knock by Kayla Smith, the first day of her college softball career that she's getting action. Went 3 for 4 in the first game. Was a triple away from the cycle and starts off the second game with a single. 2 down, 1 on for Jordan Hunt. It was 1 for 2 in game 1. As Hunt lets one go by 0-1. Leviner really attacking the zone. One misses outside, 2-1. John Gross coming to you live from UNCP softball field on the campus of UNC Pembroke. Really a beautiful day earlier today. It's still a nice day out, a little cloudy though, windy, but temperature-wise it's been worse. That opening weekend for both softball and baseball was frigid. And Leviner gets a cut on that one from Hunt. Moves the count to 3-2 with runners in first and second. Top of the first. Again, in the first game, Queens scored 2 runs and a Kayla Smith 2-run blast to left. Here's the 3-2 with 2 outs and runners in first and second. And it's lined back into the screen. Winter on second walked. On first is Kayla Smith, who reached on a single. The payoff pitch from Leviner is chopped off to short. There's Sells, strong throw to first in time to end the top half of the first. So no runs come across for the Royals. 1 hit, 2 runners stranded on base. We head to the bottom of the first. Scoreless here from UNCP softball field. This is Brave softball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
and of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people, but to us, they're simply better by far.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a Big Bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
So we'll see UNCP come to bat for the first time in Game 2 of today's doubleheader. Bottom of the first, Randy Weatherington will lead things off against Courtney Pearson. Preseason all-conference selection in the all-SAC first team. Last year put up big-time numbers, 14-5 this season, a 2.48 ERA, 126 strikeouts. And last year when she faced UNCP, she struck out 12 batters. And Queens' 8-0 victory over the Braves. As she grooves in strike one to Randy Weatherington, 1 for 4 in the first game. Pearson making her 4th start of the season. She's actually 0-3 this year, but her ERA just a touch under 3 as Weatherington lifts the 1-0 pitch to short, and Smith retires the first out of the inning. So one away from Mary Sells.
Shortstop number 1, Mary Sells.
Sells 1 for 3 in the first game. Entered today hitting right at 400 in the season. Here's the 1-0 offering from Pearson. Sells drives it into left, sending Patton back towards the line. And she races underneath it for the second out.
Now batting, catcher number 11, Jordan Adcox.
So 2 up, 2 down as Jordan Adcock steps into the bat, gets some words of advice from Mary Sells. You look back to the last home doubleheader for UNCP. They split that as well. They lost the first one, the second. Coach Bennett wasn't totally thrilled with how her team reacted to some of their struggles in the first game, in that she said normally they will instruct each other on, if they struggle in an at-bat, they'll go into the dugout and say, hey, this is what didn't work for me, try this, or this is what this pitcher's doing well. She said they weren't doing that last home game for the Braves against Chowan. Good to see Mary Sells sharing some words of advice with Jordan Adcox. Two-0 is skied foul out of play on the third base side. Here's the 2-1. Good take from Adcox, 3-1. Was 0 for 3 in the first game. Slotted up here in the 3-hole for UNCP. That pitch just touches the outside edge of the plate to the righty. Full count. Weatherington popped out to short. Sells flew out to left. Now a full count pitch with 2 outs to Jordan Adcox. Got a nice chunk of it. It's lined foul a little bit late on it. Kind of caught the end of the barrel. Facing Courtney Pearson. Good test for the Braves. And that's what you look for in it. At this point of the season, you're in the non-conference portion of your slate. You're going to still work out some of your issues. You want to face some good opponents, some good pitching, to see what you really need to work on as you make your way into Peach Belt Conference play. Here's the 3-2 outside, and Adcox reaches. So first base runner of the game for the Braves is via walk. One on, 2 outs for Tatum Brummett. Brummett 1 for 2 in the first game. Leads the Braves in RBIs, and well, they can certainly use some RBIs today. They've struggled the last couple of games.
Okay, but I have
driving home runs. Scoreless in the first game against Queens.
Now batting.
And even over the weekend,
Number 14,
in their
Tatum
losses against Newbury, just 3 for 17 at the plate with runners in scoring position. Adcock is in first, not in scoring position, but we'll see what Brummett is able to do here. Pitch runs inside Brummett. Kind of pull her hands back there to avoid being clipped by that pitch. She was hit by a pitch in the first game in her first at-bat, hit her in that right shoulder as the lefty settles back in. 2-0 count. Pitch might have been a little bit inside, still went after it. Now a 2-2 count. Adcock stands on first. Drew full count walk. Brummett hits it well to center, and it's over the outstretched arms of Wilson. Being waved around third, headed towards home, and scoring is Jordan Adcox. It's an RBI double. Well, the Braves leader in RBIs. Tatum Brummett coming through in the first inning, and UNCP strikes first. What a start to game 2 after going scoreless through 7 of the first game. Tatum Brummett drives home Jordan Adcox. Emily Biddle will look to keep it going. Biddle found plenty of success in the batter's box in the first game, 2 for 3. And now with Brummett on second, a chance to add to this UNCP edge. A 1, good breaking ball from Pearson as she now works ahead 0-2. One, 2, rolled off to Smith at short. The freshman throws to first in time to win the bottom of the first, but not before UNCP can strike first. It's 1-0 Braves. 1 run comes across on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. Headed to the top of the second, it's 1-0 UNCP right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Grace Valkar will lead things off for Queens here in the top of the second, now trailing for the first time today. As Mallory Leviner will look to keep her squad in front. Pretty solid first inning of work. Couple of strikeouts. First pitch is roped foul. Nearly hit right at head coach Stacy Schramm. Valker was 1 for 3 in the first game. It's 6-7-8 due up here in the top of the second inning. Liner misses upstairs 1-1. Talked about in the first game, but Queens coming off of its second consecutive winning season. In preseason picked to finish 9th out of 12 teams in the South Atlantic Conference. 1-1 misses just below the knees. Queens had got 1 for 3, or 1 and 3 over the weekend at the Rollins Round Robin tournament. Lone win came in a ferocious 7th inning comeback. Scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th to pick up the victory after trailing 5-1. Leviner works a strike away from starting off this inning with it out. Ready has 2 strikeouts. Towering fly ball to right, taking Hilburn towards the line as she dives, and did she make that catch? Yes! Lauren Hilburn. What an effort for the first out of the inning. Great snag by the right fielder.
Now batting center fielder number 3, Adriana Wilson.
It's always nice as a pitcher when your fielder's behind you making plays like that. Brings up Adriana Wilson. Came in as a pinch runner in the first game. Hacks at the first pitch she sees 0-1. UNCP used 3 pitchers in the first game. However, Abby White went just 1 batter. So Leviner, the only player who's pitched at any time this season who didn't pitch in that first game. So UNCP hoping to ride her out here. And she's been fairly efficient to start things off, but now gets behind 3-1. Here's the 3-1 to Wilson. Good spot, full count. Lights are on here at UNCP softball fields. Overcast skies now after this doubleheader started with the sun shining down on us. And the 3-2 is placed back into the netting. Three balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Wilson, weakly hit ball to second, and Carson Powell records the second out of the inning.
Now batting second baseman number 14, Grace Wesley.
Brings up Grace Wesley. Was 0 for 3 in the first game. Wesley bouncer off to short. Sells, slow throw, extending to haul it in as Brummett. And for the first time today, UNCP sets down Queens. 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the second. Braves, a 1-0 lead. No runs coming across, no hits. Nobody left on base. This is Braves softball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
and of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
Caitlin Norton will leave things off for UNCP, a 1-0 lead as we enter here in the bottom of the second. First lead of today's doubleheader for the Braves. Already a much better start, both offensively and defensively. And Pearson again spins it out of the zone, 2-0. Norton followed by Lauren Hilborn and Carson Powell. 6-7-8 here for the Braves in the bottom of the second. Well, hit to left, but Patton had it perfectly played, barely had to move for the first out of the inning.
Now batting right fielder number 6, Lauren Hilborn.
Brings up Lauren Hilborn. Made that great snag out and right in the top half of this inning. Pearson has done 23 pitches, 13 of which have been to the zone. And a 2-0 count. Sent into center. Shift was on defensively. A long way to run for Wilson in center. She covered a lot of ground there for the second out.
Now batting second baseman number 5.
Brings up Carson Powell. Powell 2 for 3 in game 1. Alex Watkins is on deck, set to make her 2020 debut. First pitch from Pearson, slapped at third, and Martinez, cat-like reflexes to end the top half of the inning. Pardon me, the bottom of the second. As we head to the top half of the third, 1-0 UNCP as the Braves are set down in order. This is Braves softball on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now, when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Third baseman, number 8, Brianna Martinez.
9-1-2 due up here for the Queens Royals, trailing 1-0. Brianna Martinez will get us started. Mallory Leviner is coming off of a 1-2-3 inning as the corners charge in after the unsuccessful bunt attempt, but Martinez was able to pull it back in time, 1-0. Martinez followed by Patton and Winter. And now a 2-0 count. A lot of action going on right now on campus, especially in this part. You have softball, and right behind us at Cox Field, UNCP baseball taking on the Chowan Hawks. Bunt laid down foul, 2-2. Currently, that baseball game is in the bottom of the 5th. And UNCP trails 3-2. Here's the 2-2 count to Martinez, and Leviner rings up another Queens batter.
Now batting, leadoff hitter, 0-0, Julia Patton.
Julia Patton steps in. She led off the game with a strikeout. And now falls behind 0-1. Rolled softly to second. Powell scoops, fires 2 away.
Now batting, first
Brings up
baseman,
Kelly
number 2,
Winter.
Kelly Winter.
Braves have now retired the last 6 to step to the plate for Queens. They lead 1-0. An RBI double by Tatum Brummett. That came back in the first. And Leviner starts off the AB with another strike. To Kelly Winter, she reached on a walk in her first at bat. One upstairs, 2-1. Two-one count, 2 outs. Here at the top of the third. Minor misses away, 3-1. Drops that one in there for strike 2, and now a full count with 2 outs. The Braves back in action on the 16th as they take on Catawba. Catawba currently undefeated at 4-0. Some big series coming up. Now a full count, 2 outs. High fly ball into foul territory, bounces into the parking lot. The 7th pitch of this at bat. As Winter looks to again fight off another Leviner 2-strike pitch. Here's the 3-2. And it misses down and away, ball 4.
Now batting right fielder number 16, Mackenzie McCullen.
So Winter walks for the 2nd time today, brings up Mackenzie McCullen, one of 3 strikeout victims in this Queens batting order. And drills back the first pitch she sees for a strike. Now the 29th all-time meeting between UNCP and Queens. The Royals, after the first game win, have now won the last 5 meetings. If you look at this series history, 9 of the last 11 games were played outside of Pembroke heading into today. Last home win against Queens for the Braves was back in 2009, but again, there haven't been many opportunities to win against Queens here at UNCP softball field. The 2-1 is rolled off to first, and Brumhead snaps in the bag to end the top half of the 3rd. Headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning, Braves still a 1-0 lead as they once again keep Queens off the scoreboard. This is Braves softball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Alex Watkins making her 2020 debut, returning from injury, the designated player in the UNCP batting order for Game 2. Takes a strike. Braves clinging to a 1-0 lead. That run came back in the first. 1 hit apiece for these two squads. Watkins was a starter from day 1, the day she stepped on campus. And she hits it hard on the ground but foul. Bounces off the screen in front of the UNCP dugout. Career .343 hitter. Has had a lot of success in the batter's box. Has hit over 300 in all 3 of her previous seasons as a Brave. Now faces an 0-2 count from Courtney Pearson. And dribbles it into center field. Now 1 for 1 of the 2020 campaign.
Now batting, number 15, Wendy Hetherington.
And with that, she sets up the top of the order with no outs and a runner on base. Wendy Wetherington looks down to Brittany Bennett as time is now called, and will likely get a pinch runner here after the single by Watkins. And Lauren Baker will trot off to first. The freshman pinch running for the senior.
Number 10, Lauren Baker.
Coach Bennett sends off her signs down to first. Great spot for the Braves to be in. A runner on base, no outs, top of the order. They have a 1-0 lead. Wetherington is 0 for 1 in the second game. Flew out to short. First pitch. Runs high and inside as Wetherington went to lay it on the bunt. In a situation like this, you figure a bunt is a good decision to make. But Wetherington is someone who's fast enough to beat out a throw, so it could also be a way for her to get on base. Bunt shown, pulled back. Also makes the pitcher think about it a little bit more. Try to aim the ball. We're seeing Pearson start this at-bat off with a couple of balls. 2-0 count, runner on first. Corner infielders creep in. And this time, Pearson hits the outside corner, 2-1. Baker stands at first, pinch running for Alex Watkins. Bunt shown, popped back, and extending to make the catch. Throw it on to second. Gets Baker. What a play by Jordan Hunt. The dive and the throw from her knees. As Mary Sell stepped to the box with the song Fancy playing, that also applies to the play made by Hunt. Fancy back there. Sells. Grounder to second. Wesley, low throw, and it was dropped by Winter. What seemed fairly routine is now the first error of today's doubleheader.
Now batting, catcher number 11.
Just not a great throw by Wesley at second. Still 2 outs. As Adcock stepped in, she scored for reaching base on a walk last time up. Throw back to first. Hunt tried to catch Sells napping in the bases. Counts it 0-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Oh, 2 is in there for strike 3. And Pearson sends down the Braves. They do get one base runner on off a single by Alex Watkins, but can't bring any runners home. It's 1-0 UNCP through 3. Headed to the top of the fourth here at UNCP softball fields.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
Top of the fourth. Get things started with a ball delivered by Leviner. Kayla Smith steps in. 4-5-6 due up here for the Queens Royals, finding themselves in a hole after UNCP scored back in the first. And Leviner winds and fires away again, 2-0. It's Smith followed by Jordan Hunt and Grace Valker. Hunt made a wonderful play behind home plate, diving to catch a foul ball on a bunt attempt, and then making a throw down to second to catch Baker trying to tag up from first. And that's even tougher when you consider the fact that she's expecting a bunt to be laid down, so at least mentally you're thinking, all right, once this ball's hit, I'm going to start moving forward. Instead, it was hit over her head, and she was able to track it down. And a 4-pitch walk issued to Kayla Smith to tee things off in the fourth.
Now batting catcher number 17, Jordan Hunt.
Brings up Jordan Hunt. And looks like we will get a pinch runner for Queens. Looks like Chloe Palmer now at first base, pinch running for Queens.
For the Royals, number 1, Chloe Palmer.
The freshman infielder out of Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Bunt shown, popped up, and coming in to make the catch is Brummett from first.
Now batting designated player number 9, Grace Valcar.
That's exactly how you want to play a bunt. As soon as you see that bat flash across the plate, charge in, and Brummett in stride, able to make the catch for the first out. One on, one down for Grace Valcar. The liner skipped it into the chest of Adcox. Again, a reminder to make sure to check out our social media channels tomorrow for a Bark in the Park promo video. And that event is April 11th. You won't want to miss it. .0 is high, 2-0. If you have a dog, if you like dogs, it's the event for you. As a dog fan myself, I'm very excited. In fact, the dog that my family has back up in New Jersey is actually from North Carolina. He rescued him, I think, 6 or 7 years ago. So, 2-0 count. Valker's 0 for 1. She flew out to right. Check swing, still in there for a strike. Runner on first. And a line shot between short and third. Takes a couple of tough hops into left. Biddle backs it up. And that is the second base hit of the game for Queens.
Number 3, Adriana Wilson.
Brings up Adriana Wilson with runners at first and second. And hit that 5.5 gap on the left side of the infield. Wilson's 0 for 1 of the second game. Didn't hit in the first. Now some pressure on Leviner for the first time this afternoon. Game 2 of today's doubleheader. Queens took the first. 5-0 the final in that one. All 5 runs coming off of 4 home runs. And the count evened up 1-1. It was an early deficit that the Braves found themselves in, trailing 2-0 after the top half of the first. And it just kind of kept adding on from there. And again, all 5 runs coming off of home runs. The 2-run homer in the first by Kayla Smith. And then a trio of solo shots as this one is yanked into left and caught by Biddle for the second out of the inning. It's still very windy. The wind blowing in a bit more now. That first game it was kind of carrying out towards the outfield.
14, Grace Wesley.
Certainly helped some of those balls ride a little bit. Not to take away from them. They were all very well hit balls and likely would have been home runs without wind. Now the wind swirling a bit towards home plate. As Grace Wesley steps in with 2 outs. She's 0 for 1 in the second game, 0 for 4 on the afternoon. First and second. Good breaking pitch. Settles into the zone for a strike. 1-1's the count, 2 outs. Here at the top of the fourth. Here's the 1-2 with 2 outs. And we're level at 2-2. Leviner has 3 strikeouts already. Could use 1 right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners in first and second. In the top of the fourth, Leviner delivers. And it's lined back into the netting. Thankfully, that netting is there. Otherwise, that'd be coming right into the broadcast booth. And as we learned in the first game, our broadcast director today, Jaquel Williams, is not ready to catch a foul ball. Do you still stand by that, Jaquel? His hands are currently inside of his sleeves, so that's the answer right there. Here's the 2-2, and Leviner strikes out Wesley to end the top half of the fourth. Hit recorded by Queens. They do strand 2, but nobody comes across as we hit to the bottom of the fourth. Midway through today's second matchup. It's 1-0 Braves right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
As the wind howls here at UNCP softball field, Tatum Brummett would lead things off for UNCP. The RBI, which gave the Braves their lone run of the first inning, and she is hit by a pitch for the second time today. I think there's a magnet on her or something. Clearly trying to hit the inside portion of the plate against her. So one pitch and a leadoff batter reaches.
Now batting, left fielder number 18, Emily Biddle.
Brings up Emily Biddle, who's 0 for 1 in this second game. Biddle shows bunt, lays it down. Well placed to throw from first. He is in time for Martinez, but advancing off to second is Brummett. So one away and a runner in scoring position.
Now batting, third base right number 3.
For Caitlin Norton. Sack bunt works to perfection. Outfield shifted left and in. Pitch runs to the inside corner, 0-1. Breaking ball, sat on well, and then slapped foul on the third base side, 0-2. With a runner on second in Brummett, and one out. Norton shows bunt, pulls back. Takes ball one upstairs. Here's the 1-2 offering from Pearson. Kind of nubbed off the inside part of the bat. Nearly caught by Brittany Bennett. Who last week, picked up her 154th career victory, came against Chowan, made her the winningest coach in UNCP softball history. And the 1-2 gets past the bat of Norton for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, right fielder number 6.
2A for Lauren Hilburn. She's 0 for 1 today with a flare out to center. First pitch she sees, hit to the ground off to third. Martinez, a nice scoop, and the throw beats Hilburn to end the inning. Headed to the top of the fifth, no runs for the Braves, no hits, one runner left in scoring position. 1-0 UNCP in a pitcher's duel in game 2.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
So to the 5th inning, Brianna Martinez will lead things off. A 1-0 UNC Pembroke advantage over the Queens Royals. Braves looking to split today's doubleheader after dropping game 1, 5-0. Leviner continues to be consistent in the circle as she starts off the at-bat with the strike. Bunt is put down foul as Martinez couldn't pull it back in time. Kind of shake it up a bit. Pitch came high and inside. That's strike 2. That was the 70th pitch of the game for Leviner, 40 of which have gone for strikes. So doing a nice job attacking the zone, especially early in count. She has worked ahead quite a bit today and has found success to the tune of 4 strikeouts and 4 shutout innings of work. One, two away, 2-2. A few days off for the Braves before they return to action on Sunday, taking on the Catawba Indians, who are 4-0 in the season. The 2-2 from Leviner is popped high and foul into the parking lot and kind of skims a car. Luckily, it didn't put a dent in that one. I've seen a couple cars get hit. As I mentioned in the first broadcast, so I made sure to park my car pretty far away. 2-2 from Leviner. He is sent same direction and just over pretty much the same car that it skimmed. And the last foul ball, I should say. Martinez a little bit behind in these pitches, resulting in her fouling them away down the first base side. 2-2 count to start off the 5th. And Leviner hits the outside black, strike 3. That's now 5 Ks for the righty. Top of the order for 0-0. Jalea Patton is 0 for 2. Has one of those 5 strikeouts in the batter's box. Bunt attempt missed, and regardless, on the outside corner. And nearly strike 2, just pulled back in time by Patton. Leadoff batter for this Queens Royals side. Currently at 3-4 in the season. UNCP 4-5 after the loss in game 1. Looking to get back to 500, and Brittany Bennett said, hey, our goal this season, if we can take 3 out of every 4 games that we play, we will be in a really good position come the end of the season, especially for conference play. But you want to work things out during the non-conference portion of your slate. We've already seen some improvement here in game 2. And that's what it's about when you play these games. At this point of the season, still plenty of time to get things sorted out before you start Peach Belt Conference play. The 3-1, laid backwards foul. Full count offering, 1 away. Softly hit to the third base side, and that's an infield single. Patton just reached over the plate and tapped it over the head of Norton at third. The 3rd hit of the game for Queens. Brings up Kelly Winter. wearing the number 2, batting in the 2-hole today. First pitch in there for a strike, and sometimes I kind of wish that in baseball, softball, they still did what they used to do with numbers. Numbers used to just be where you batted in the batting order. And at least for winter, that still applies today. Batting second, wearing number 2. Bunt laid down the third base side. Charging in to make the throw is Norton to record the second out of the inning. Patton does advance to second, so 2 outs, a runner on second. That's the tying run. Here's Mackenzie McCullen. Led the team in RBIs last season. A home run to the first game, so she is who you want up in this situation. Makes a big cut at that pitch and gets behind 0-1. Either side with much offensive success in the second game. We saw the 1 run to the first off of an RBI double by Tatum Brummett. And it settles on the outside edge, 0-2. Good spot from Leviner. Oh, those first 2 pitches fairly consistent with their location to the outside edge. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Tying run on second here in the top of the 5th. Braves now 7 outs from victory as Leviner winds and fires. And we'll do the 0-2 over again. Patton on second. She has wheels, so a hit to the outfield could result in a run. 0-2 tails away as Patton dances between second and third.
Finish her.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Tying run on second and Patton with the top hitter in this lineup, and McCullen at the dish. And she boots one the other way, foul. Couple foul-offs with 2 strikes. We'll get the 7th pitch of this at-bat from Mallory Leviner. The 1-2. This is low. Chopper off to short. Good stop at short by Sells. Throw to first. In time. And that ends the top half of the 5th. Mary Sells making plays. And the Braves stay in front 1-0. Headed to the bottom of the 5th. This is UNCP softball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
Bottom of the fifth, Carson Powell leads off for UNCP in search of some insurance runs, or at least an insurance run, clinging to a 1-0 edge over Queens. Braves look to split this 2-game series on this Wednesday afternoon here in Pembroke, North Carolina. And Pearson pulled the string out from that one. Good pitch. She works at 0-2. Queens located in the Queen City of Charlotte, about 2 hours west of here. 0-2. Tap foul. Keep the at-bat going. Beautiful campus. Had the chance to go over there for UNCP basketball's men's basketball game against Queens. Two of the top teams in the region for men's hoops. Oh, 2 offering is lifted foul. A very well hit ball. It would have maybe hit the fence out and left, but it's a long foul ball, keeps the count at 0-2. And as we talked about during the first game, big couple of basketball games tonight for UNCP's men's and women's basketball programs. They'll take on Lander down in South Carolina. Men's team in a battle between first and second place. And that pitch touches the outside corner for strike 3. Howell sent down a backwards K for Pearson. 4th strikeout for the righty in the circle. Brings up Alex Watkins. She's 1 for 1 in her 2020 debut. Good contact in the foul ball, 0-1. Working our way back into the lineup. Injury kept her out in the early portion of this 2020 campaign. 3-year starter in her first 3 years as a Brave. Now her final season. Looking to close things out with a bang. Part of this senior group that's looking to lead this program to that next level as Watkins watches down an inside 1-1. Coach Bennett said that these players have taken notes of the teams who they haven't beaten in their UNCP careers. They kind of a tally, and they circled those in the calendar, and they want those wins, and they want them badly. So the wind roars here at UNCP softball field. 2-1 count, base is empty with 1 away. And again, Watkins bounces it foul. Abby White tossing a bit in the UNCP bullpen. We saw her face one batter to end the top of the 7th in game 1. Pearson's 2-2 pitch is lined into the dugout of Queens. Nearly caught by Coach Schramm with one hand. So the count stays at 2-2. Hard hit down the third base side. It's foul. Watkins has been on these pitches a little bit too early, slapping them into the ground. 4 foul balls this at bat. The 2-2, just away, full count. Here's the 3-2 to the 9-hitter Watkins. Puts it in the air and foul. Make that 5 foul balls in this bat for Alex Watkins, really making Courtney Pearson work. And the longer the at-bat goes, the more pressure it puts on the pitcher. Watkins out into left and into the glove of Patton. 2 outs. Quality at bat though.
Now batting number 15.
Top of the order, it's Randy Weatherington. 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. After this half, Braves will head into the 6th, just 6 outs away from victory. One count to Randy Weatherington. When I spoke to Coach Bennett before the season, she shared a great story about Randy. She didn't really know what she wanted to do with her life for her first 3 years or so of college, and then earlier this year she came into Coach Bennett's office and figured it out, and Coach Bennett said she's just so happy and proud of her, and that's what she hopes for when these players come into her program. It's not only a chance to excel as a softball player, but a chance to excel in the classroom, to become better humans. Figure out what direction they want to go with their lives, and Randy did just that. And she also just adopted a dog. After our Bark in the Park promo video shoot, had some dogs from local Humane Society as Weatherington reaches on across the plate and puts it foul. 2-2 remains the count. And Bark in the Park is April 11th. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Weatherington pop back over, almost over the netting. Constant breeze as this game has progressed. Temperatures dropping quite a bit. It was a picture-perfect day earlier today, and now clouds all over the place. Can't even see any blue skies as Weatherington is down swinging. And we get to the top of the 6th. UNCP still a 1-0 lead. Braves sent down in order. This is UNCP softball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Leading off the top of the six for Queen, shortstop number 10, Kayla Smith.
Four, 5, 6 due up for Queens. The Braves 6 outs away from victory. As Mallory Leviner starts yet another at bat off with the strike. Kayla Smith at the plate is 1 for 1 today in the second game. She also walked in the fourth. A combined 4 for 5 on her first day playing college softball. And she sends that pitch in the air down the first base side, and cradling it is Brummett for the first out of the inning.
Now batting catcher number 17, Jordan Hunt.
Brummett tracks it down from first base, and now 5 outs away from splitting the series. First pitch in for a strike to Jordan Hunt. She's 0 for 2. One just missed high, 1-1. And it is a foul ball. So 0-2 with 1 away. Leviner delivers away. Ball 1. Has 5 strikeouts to 3 walks. Fairly consistent with her trend this season of delivering more strikeouts than walks. Jack swing in the 1-2. Did she go? No. The appeal down to first, unsuccessful for the Braves. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Bases are empty here in the top of the 6th. And after a couple early strikes on Hunt, 3 straight balls dealt by Leviner. Big 3-2 pitch. Misses low, and the go-ahead run comes to the plate as the tying run in Hunt trots 60 feet down to
Now
first.
batting number 9, Grace Valcar.
Grace Valcar steps in, 1 for 2. She singled her last time up back in the 4th. As she looks down the third base side, getting instructions for this at-bat. You have Wilson on deck, who's 0 for 2 today. So don't necessarily think the bunt would be in the equation here, but a successful bunt would advance the tying run into scoring position with 2 outs. Maybe if you're a little bit higher up in the order, you would do that, which we did see that back in the 5th as Kelly Winter wanted to advance Patton to second, but that was with Mackenzie McCullen, the top hitter in this Queens lineup, on deck. So unlikely to see a bunt. 1-0 misses low, 2-0. Leviner deals, and it's cranked foul on the third base side by Valker. Wind now blowing towards the left field side. Two balls, one strike. One out, tying run on first. And now we're level at 2. Leviner comes set of the 2-2 pitch. Oh, just outside. Braves fans here wanted, they called strike 3. Big pitch. And the 3-2, a walk would put the tying run in scoring position. And the go-ahead run on first. The full count offering is drilled to left, but foul. On a big day in UNCP athletics, busy day. By the way, keep talking about the men's and women's basketball team in action tonight. Next Wednesday, they return home for the annual Neon Night game. 5:30 and 7:30 as the Braves take on USC Aiken. Make sure to get your neon. It'll be a lot of fun. A couple big games. The 3-2 from Leviner. Trying to drop a breaking ball in there, and it's just above the chest. First and second with one out as time is called. Did have a couple of arms warming up in the UNCP pen. Brittany Bennett will make her way out to the mound. Leviner's been so good so far. They almost be a little, well, certainly would be reluctant to pull her out, given her experience and given the way she's tossed the ball tonight. But if she's laboring a bit, this is something to consider, making it change. Coach Bennett seems to be sticking with Leviner as the infield stands on the circle. Hunt is on second. Valker on first. Both walked. It's Adriana Wilson. Chance to tie the game or give Queens its first lead of the game. Grace Wesley on deck. Braves have a good spot of their lineup due up. It's 2, 3, 4. Sells, Adcox, and Brummett in the bottom half of the 6th. It's a good chance to get some insurance runs. They have to get out of this inning first. And that evens the count 1-1 out of the swing and a miss. Leviner ahead 1-2. And that's where you have to finish off the at-bat. We've seen today, through both games, at times UNCP has struggled to finish off innings, finish off at-bats. Stacy Schramm, Caitlin Cheek, two coaches conferring with Adriana Wilson. As an iconic line from Family Guy plays at UNCP softball field. Great job by both Slavin and the Tombs today. 1-2 count, one out. Tying run on second. Go ahead run on first. And Wilson able to keep that bat back on a pitch that seemed, at least from up here, relatively close to the zone. Poked into left. That drops in for a base hit. Tying run being held up at third. A good throw by Biddle, keeping Hunt in the base at third. And now the bases are loaded with one away. Wilson, her first hit of the day.
Number 14.
And with 2 strikes on her. So the tying and go-ahead run in scoring position for the Queens Royals. In a game that they have not led. The Braves scored in the first inning. It's been 1-0 since then. And Grace Wesley watches ball 1. 0 for 2. She struck out her last time up. Grounded out to short earlier. And with 1 out, you could try to turn 2, but the odds of that not as great as just going right home with it. So likely the place to home if you're the Braves, and the infield coming in reflects that. Two 2-0 count, 1 out. And it's line back foul, 2-1. Kayla Smith started off the inning by a flyout, with a flyout into foul territory. Then back-to-back walks drawn by Hunt and Valker. And then a single by Wilson has loaded up the bases. Stacey Schramm held up Hunt at third. The 2-1 is down to the dirt, 3-1. And now you absolutely have to throw a strike here. Adcock's chatting with Leviner. Hunt on third, Valker second. She's the go-ahead run. Wilson on first. And a 3-1 pitch. Popped to the left. Biddle makes the catch. They're going to send the runner home. Throw from Biddle is in time. Emily Biddle on the money to turn 2. And the Braves stay in front. A cannon of an arm for the junior. And we head to the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Braves. Queens strands the bases loaded. Back after this with the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Emily Biddle, an enormous double play. She catches Jordan Hunt, trying to get home on a fly out to left. Keeps the Braves in front 1-0. And now the heart of this Braves lineup can add some insurance runs. UNCP scored back in the bottom of the first. That's the only run to cross the plate in the second game of today's doubleheader. Mary Sells settles in now, 1-1 count. First game, 5-0 victory for Queens. Those 5 runs came off of 4 home runs. And Spittle, followed by Jordan Adcox and Tatum Brummett. Bunt, put down foul, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes as we get things started in the bottom of the 6th. Sells is 0 for 2. She did reach in her last at bat and an error. Sells, skied to short. Smith backtracks to the outfield grass for the first out.
Now batting.
One down for Jordan
Catcher,
Adcox.
Number 11, Jordan Adcox.
Adcox 0 for 1. She walked her first at bat. Adcox yanks it foul down the left field line. By the way, update at UNCP baseball, the Braves have now scored 8 straight runs. They lead 10-3 in the top of the 8th. They trailed 3-2 in the 5th. 1-1 to Adcox, again sent foul on the third base side, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Pearson. Breaking ball, sat on and grounded off to short. Smith beats Adcox by a step, 2 outs. Smith making both plays so far in the 6th inning.
Number 14, Tatum.
As Tatum Brummett steps in. It's the lone RBI of this game. An RBI double came all the way back in the 1st. It was about an hour 45 minutes earlier and about 10 degrees warmer. This is her 3rd at bat of the game. That RBI double back in the 1st and was hit by a pitch. Came in the 4th. As she puts it on the ground, slips off the glove of Wesley. And that's a single for Brummett. A multi-hit performance for Tatum. And the Braves have a base runner here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. For Emily Biddle, who, if UNCP is able to hang out to this one, could go down as the hero. What a throw from left. Stacey Schramm testing Biddle's arm, sending Jordan Hunt home. And Biddle made her pay. The UNCP dugout cheers for a 2-out rally. Biddle watches strike 1. Biddle jammed inside into center, racing back to make the catch is Wilson. As we head to the top of the 7th. No runs for the Braves off 1 hit at Tatum Brummett single. She is stranded on first. Top of the last, UNCP 3 outs away from victory. Back after this on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
an ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health Nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
Attention fans, pinch hitting for Queens, number 7, Baylor Dunlap.
Back here at UNCP softball field, the Braves holding on to a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the last. And Baylor Dunlap will pinch hit for Brianna Martinez, who was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Mallory Leviner stays on the rubber. Got now 1-1. The Braves scored all the way back in the first. Tatum Brummett with an RBI double to right center field. And so far, that's all they've needed. They have to close it out. 1-1 from Leviner. Now works ahead 1-2. Take from Dunlap. Dunlap pinch hitting for the 9-hitter Martinez. Top of the order on deck. And Jarlia Patton followed by Kelly Winter. 2-2 offering from Leviner. Slow roller. Leviner helping out her own cause. One away.
Now batting leadoff hitter 0-0, Jarlia Patton.
One down for Jarlia Patton. Always a threat, especially when she gets on base. 1 for 3. Had a single in her last at bat, came in the 5th. Shows bunt, lays it down. That's a fair ball. Throw from Adcox. Not in time. Another bunt single for Patton. We saw that in the first game.
First baseman number 2, Kelly Winter.
And now the tying run is on base with the go-ahead run in the batter's box. We saw Winter's home run power on full display in the first game. Had a solo shot at the top of the 7th. If she can recreate that, she'll give the Royals a 2-1 lead. Sent into shallow left center. First and second after the single by Winter.
Now batting number 16, Mackenzie McCullen.
Back-to-back singles. And that brings up Mackenzie McCullen. Could do a ton of damage at the plate. Big spot for Leviner. Double play ball wins it for the Braves. Adcox will go talk to Leviner. It's been a trend today in both games. The Braves kind of struggled at times when they're in the field to finish off at bats, to finish off innings. Now they look to finish off this game. What would be a big-time win against an in-state opponent, bouncing back after a tough loss in the first game. Now a 1-0 lead, with runners on first and second. Tying run on second, go-ahead run on first. And Leviner fires down and out once again, 2-0. John Gross coming to you live from the UNCP softball fields. 2-0 is hit well but fell out of play. There's the first strike on the big bat of McCullen. 0 for 3 in the second game, was 1 for 2 in the first with a solo home run in the 7th. 2-1 offering. Good breaking ball, totally fools McCullen. And the count levels at 2-2.
Everybody clap your hands.
Jerlia Patton stands on second. She reached on a bunt single. On first is Kelly Winter, single to left. Now a 2-2 count with 1 away. Driven foul. Two. Three-two count. Softly hit to right. That's a fair ball. Coming home is the tying run in Patton, and we're level at 1 with runners in first and third after the RBI single by Mackenzie McCullen.
Now batting number 10, Kayla Smith.
Looks like a change here for the Braves. We'll take a quick break at the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Top of the 7th, first and third for Queens. With 1 away, Ashley Fritz now pinch running at first base for McCullen, who just had the game-tying RBI single as the freshman Kayla Smith steps to the plate. She shows bunt, runner goes. They cut off the throw down to second. And there goes the potential double play ball, but wait. The home plate ump saying out, no. So that it was a strike. Going one. We did see a runner leave earlier in the game. A 1 is sent right into the parking lot. Oh, and 2. Abby White now in the circle for UNCP. Pitched to one batter in the first game. Now the all-important job of keeping this game level. Bounce right back to the mound. Look back to third, in time to first for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 17, Jordan Hunt.
Apologies for some of the technical issues here with their scoreboard. Runners in second and third, 2 outs for Jordan Hunt. Hunt is 0 for 2. Takes the 1-0 high, 2-0. Now a 3-0 count. Yeah, Valker on deck, Hunt at bat now, and at this point, 3-0 count. A walk isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. Better than forcing a pitch into the zone, because listen, if I'm Queens here, I'm swinging away if there's a pitch I like. We'll see what White has dialed up. Breaking ball in for a strike. Go ahead run on third is Winter. On second is the pinch runner Fritz. Jordan Hunt at the plate. Had a walk-off hit over the weekend against Bentley. Looking to be the hero once again for Queens here in the top of the 7th. The 3-1 is put in the air, foul. Now to play towards right field. Three-two pitch with 2 outs. Softly rolled foul. Braves scored in the bottom of the first, led 1-0. 6 1/3 through this game. Now with 2 outs, in the top of the 7th, Queens can take its first edge of the second game. The 3-2 offering with 2 outs loads up the bases. Abby White issues a walk.
Now batting number 9, Grace Valcar.
Grace Valcar steps in. She's reached base twice. If she can reach here, she'll give Queens the lead. White looking to deny that from happening. UNCP has 6, 7, 8 due up in the bottom half of the 7th. One-0 from White. Good pitch past the swinging bat of Valker. Bases are loaded. White, the second pitcher of the evening in the second game for UNCP. Mallory Leviner went 6 1/3. Now the 2-1 from White. Evened up 2-2. course, at any base. The 2-2 with 2 outs, and the bases loaded. Big time strikeout from Abby White. Sets down Valkar. And we head to the bottom of the 7th, tied at 1. Braves surrender 1, but they still have a chance to walk it off. Bottom of the 7th after this on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors. A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about
We've got a fun one in Game 2, all locked up at 1 as we enter the bottom of the 7th. Caitlin Norton will lead things off 6-7-8-2 up for UNCP, trying to split today's doubleheader after Queens took the first 5-0. The Royals scored at the top half of this 7th inning to level things at 1. Pearson stays in the mound and deals high and inside ball 1. It's Norton followed by Lauren Hilborn and Carson Powell, of course, that pending any pinch hitters for Brittany Bennett's squad. Norton so far patient in the box, watching these balls as she stays ahead 2-0. Hit that well, but fell down the third base side. Rising fastball, 2-1. Orioles expecting pull. Wilson shaded into left center from center field. Here's the 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Ball 4. So Norton walks a leadoff walk, and the winning run is on first for UNCP.
Now batting, right fielder number 6, Lauren Hilburn.
Brings up Lauren Hilburn. Orioles expecting a possible bunt here from Hilburn to advance the winning run 60 feet closer. The bunt laid down, and it scampers foul down the first base side. Carson Powell is on deck, and while she's 0 for 2 in the second game, was 2 for 3 in the first game.
Come on, y'all. Check it out, y'all. How low can you go?
A 1. Bunt. Taps the bottom of the bat. Now bunt likely out of the equation. Braves have their rally caps on in the dugout. Looking for some late game magic. 0-2 count to Hilber with a winning run on first. And a breaking ball drops in there. Strike three looking.
I've always liked to play with fire.
So here's Carson Powell.
Second baseman, number 5, Carson Powell.
Lined down to third of the second on a very well hit ball. And then struck out looking in the fifth. Pearson now has 5 strikeouts after that last K. Bunt shown, put down. No throw to second. So Powell grounds out in the sacrifice bunt. But the winning run now advancing to second in Norton. And it comes down to Alex Watkins. Her first game back this season. Can win it for UNCP.
Now batting, number 12, Alex Watkins.
Watkins is 1 for 2. Caitlin Norton on second. After Queens tied in the top of the 7th to force the bottom half of the 7th. A chance to walk it off. First pitch to Alex Watkins. Dribbles foul. Here's the 0-1 offering from Pearson with a winning run on second. Watkins on the ground to short. Smith is there. Low throw is brought in. And we are headed to extras. Top of the 8th. On tap here. Some free softball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Extra innings. And we'll start things off with the runner on second for both teams. It'll be the last out of the prior inning. So Grace Valcar stands on second with Ariana Wilson in the batter's box. Again, these two teams went to extras last year. It was a 9-inning victory for Queens, 2-1 the final. It's like deja vu all over again here, as it's 1-1, bunt shown, and it's, oh, was there contact in the ball? Yes, there was. 0-1. Thanks for joining us here on the UNCP Sports Network on this Wednesday afternoon turned evening. 0-1, bunt, put down, foul. And now that takes the bunt out of the equation for Wilson. Wilson pokes it down the first base side, foul. White still in the circle for UNCP. 0-2 high and out 1 and 2. Extra inning rules. You start with the runner on second. One, two, back to the mound. White looks 3, goes 1 instead. And with 1 away, the go-ahead run is 60 feet away from scoring for Queens.
Now batting number 14, Grace Wesley.
Brings up the 8-hitter as Wesley puts down a bunt, and it's fouled back. Really going for it here. Queens, this is how they won over the weekend. A walk-off sacrifice bunt. This time no bunt shown from Wesley. He was 0 for 3 last time up. Flew into what ended up being a double play on an Emily Biddle put out from left. Nailing what would have been the game-tying run at that point to end the 5th inning. Here's the 1-1. Slowly bounced off to third. Off the glove of Norton. Runner will stay put on the corner. And that could have been a whole lot worse for UNCP. It's 1st and 3rd for the Braves with the 8-hitter Brianna Martinez at the plate.
Now batting number 8.
Goes down as an
Brianna
error
Martinez.
on Norton. First error of the game for UNCP. First error of the doubleheader for UNCP. And it's the 9-hitter Martinez. Expect Wesley to take off here, and she does. Throw down, cut off. And it's now 2nd and 3rd for Queens. One-0, outside 2-0. Top of the 8th. Braves have now lost 3 straight after being swept by Newberry over the weekend and falling in game 1 5-0 to Queens. Now looking to pull out something late. Bunt put down the first base side. Flip to home. They're going to throw it to third. A pickle between third and home. Adcox chasing down the runner. Both runners are together. Tag is applied. And some chaos as Wesley was tagged out. Valker stayed on third. There are 2 outs. Heady base running, though, by Martinez, who was able to advance to second. And now it's up to the top of the order. Jalea Patton, 2 for 4. Had an infield single, a bunt single, back in the top of the 7th. She scored the tying run, the lone run of the game for Queens. And now stands in the batter's box. A chance to give her side their first lead of the second game. Go-ahead run is on third. Insurance on second. Corner infielders in. And this time, Patton swinging for it. A little behind down at 1-1 with 2 outs. Valcar on third. Martinez second. Patton at the plate. Here's the 2-1 offering from White. Bunt put down, foul. Two in scoring position, a 2-2 count with 2 outs. And we stay tied. Counts full. Three-two inside, ball 4, throw down to third. Valker is safe. Adcox went for it and nearly had it.
Now batting number 2, Kelly Winter.
Go ahead run 60 feet away. Bases now loaded for the 2-hitter, Kelly Winter. 1 for 2 in the second game. She walked twice. She singled her last time up. Braves led 1-0 after scoring a run at the bottom of the first. A Tatum Brummett RBI double. Led 1-0, 6 1/3 of the way through. And then with an out in the top of the 7th, a little bit of a rally for Queens. Got him on the board. And called strike 1 by Shark Harkness. Bases loaded. Chopper into left fields. Queens leads for the first time today. And it's off the chest of Adcox. Martinez being sent home. Nobody covers. And it's 3-1 Royals. They've scored 3 runs since there was 1 out in the top of the 7th. And now lead it by 2.
16, Mackenzie McCullen.
Kelly Winter, back-to-back hits. In her last 2 plate appearances, and she puts her side back in front. The first time in the second game. And with 2 outs, Mackenzie McCullen, who tied the game back in the 7th, can continue to do some damage. Pitch in there for a strike. Just a tough one so far for the Braves the last couple of innings. They'll have a chance in the bottom half of the 7th. They will start with the runner on second. It'll be Alex Watkins or a pinch runner with the top of the lineup to follow. So it's a good spot to be in if you're UNCP, to look at things in the bright side. But in the 14 previous innings today, they scored just 1 run. They'll need at least 2, pending what happens in the rest of this inning. White works at 1 and 2 with 2 outs. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Breaking ball put the other way and foul. And McCullen set down looking. White strikes her out. And now the bats have to get active for UNCP. They trail 3-1. 2 runs come across for the Braves, who have just 3 hits today. They will start with a runner on second. They need 2 to keep this going. and 3 to win. Bottom of the 8th. Extra innings after this on the UNCP Sports Network.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits fixed.
Alex Watkins stands on second, and Randy Weatherington will start things off at the bottom of the 8th. Extra innings here from UNCP softball field. Queens put up 2 in the top half of this 8th inning, as Weatherington looks to spark something offensively. Just 3 hits today for the Braves. 1 run in the 14 combined innings. They put up 1 run. That's the second leg of today's doubleheader. Queens took the first, 5-0. Pearson has been rock solid on the circle, and she misses 2-0. There are weapons throughout this UNCP lineup, that's for sure. They have players capable of bringing home runs and getting on base. They've just struggled at it at times today. All right, Weatherington starts off this at-bat ahead 3-0. And she draws ball 4. A 4-pitch walk issued by Courtney Pearson. And that brings up Mary Sells. The winning run, tied runs now on base for UNCP. And Brittany Bennett will, let's see, bring her team back in towards the dugout and confer for a bit. Sells, maybe not the most power in her bat, but great contact hitter, entered today hitting 400, and at the very least does a phenomenal job of putting the ball in play. She hasn't struck out yet this season.
Okay, go. Don't say anything.
First and second for UNCP. Brittany Bennett and Stephanie Graziani coaching up. They're 4 players, 2 of them on the bases, 1 in the batter's box, and 1 on deck.
Prettier dresses. And have, like, dress-up ones like Hopi.
Now batting number 1.
So here's Sells back to the action with Jordan Adcox taking cut to the on-deck circle. Corner infield comes in. Bunt shown, and she could not pull it back in time. It was out of the zone, 0-1. A successful bunt would advance the tying runs into scoring position. Watkins started off the inning on second. She's still there. Weatherington with phenomenal speed on first. And again, the bunt is missed. And now Sells has to take a crack at it. As her teammates encourage her from the dugout. Here's the 0-2. And Sells went fishing for that pitch outside. And Pearson dials up the heat for the first out.
Now batting,
Number 11, Jordan Adcox.
Brings up Jordan Adcox with one away, and the Braves down by 2. Tying runners on the bases. The winning run at the plate. Adcox reached in her first at bat with a walk. Was retired in her previous 2. Takes one to the inside heart of the plate. Adcox slaps it foul and falls behind 0-2. Tatum Brummett on deck. Already has an RBI today, the lone RBI of the day. Leading RBI getter on this UNCP roster. So this is where you want to be at least if you're the Braves. You couldn't pick a better portion of your lineup to be at. Now it's just about executing. 0-2, good eye from Adcox. 1-2. Breaking ball, Adcox, looped, it bounces. They'll go to first, and it's in time. So it does advance the tying runs into scoring position for Tatum Brummett.
Number 14, Tatum Brummett.
Alex Watkins, first game back this season on 3rd. Randy Wetherington on 2nd. Fastest player on this UNCP team. And Tatum Brummett in the batter's box. Emily Biddle is on deck. First base is open. Won't be shocked to see Queens pitch around Brummett here. Brummett swinging, lifted out to left. Patton retreating. And makes the grab to end the game, an extra inning victory for the Queens Royals as they complete the 2-game sweep of your UNC Pembroke Braves. A tough one for the Braves to swallow, but they battled throughout. Some quality pitching for most of the game. Just struggled at times to piece together some hits. So Queens takes these 2 matchups. Braves will be back in action on the 16th as they host Catawba on Sunday for a doubleheader. Make sure to come out to that game. Those games, a noon first pitch, followed by a 2:30 matchup. If you can't make it out to the ballpark, we'll have those broadcasts for you right here on the UNCP Sports Network. For all of us here at the UNCP Sports Network, Jameer Stroman operating the camera today, Jaquel Williams directing our broadcast. I'm John Gross. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been UNCP Softball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.